Hey friends! Welcome back to James Journal. My name is Jamie and I'm a published author. My YA magical realism novel was just published on September 22nd, 2025, and today I'm starting a new series, a fun video series where I am going to do a challenge and see how many words I can write on different rides. So the rules are going to be pretty simple. First rule is that I can't be disruptive on the rides. So that means a lot of rides will be eliminated. I can't do any dark rides because I won't be able to use my flashlight because that would be really disruptive. And the second rule is that I have to produce quality work. So whatever I write has to be at least somewhat good. And to hold myself accountable, I am going to read whatever I write on the rides for you guys after. So that's going to be the challenge. And we're going to see how many words I can do. And I'll have a little goal for each one. So the first ride we're going to do for this series is the Disneyland Railroad. So we're going to go on the train. That train ride is about 20 to 30 minutes to complete a full circuit. And I think I'm going to try to write 500 words. I think that is a fair goal. So we'll see how I do. And go.
Spend the whole time finding the pages.
Shut up. Ride challenge 1.
Please remember, inside the tunnel, no flash photo and no video lighting.
It's too dark to write.
Shut up.
It's a minor setback. The race is on.
We hope you enjoyed your travels with us and that you'll come back to ride with us again real soon.
Okay, we did one stop, we went through the dinosaurs, and I got
inside the train,
just a little over a page. It was just one stop.
Young
One more stop.
One more stop? Okay. How many pages am I at? 1, 2, 3. 3.5.
3.5 pages, pretty good.
My goal is 500 words. I don't think I'm close to that.
There's
I
a
might
Mickey
do
pumpkin
that.
behind you.
Good eye.
And done.
So we jumped over to San Francisco because we love the bread pudding from Aunt Cass's, and they usually have like some seasonal one. This time it's the caramel apple bread pudding, so we're gonna get that. Jeff went to go pick it up, but I just wanted to talk about my experience riding on the train real quick. It was very fun, kind of stressful, but out of 10, I'm going to give it a rating of 8, I think, for riding on the train. It was very fun because there were like times when it was too dark and I couldn't write, but that was actually kind of nice because it was a break. But also it gets a high score because it is probably the longest ride in the park. I don't know exactly how long, but it's like 20 to 30 minutes. And I got a lot of words written. So that was really fun. Okay, this looks absolutely divine. Look at it! You excited? Dang, that looks bomb. Yeah, do it. Do it.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Can you taste all the flavors it said?
It's actually a really strong cream cheese flavor.
A little bit of caramel.
It's really sweet. It's really good.
Sorry, I like it.
Show it off.
I did it! I didn't think I was gonna do it. I really thought it was like 300 or something, but this is 101 plus 115 is 117, 114.97. Oh my gosh, that's crazy! Friends, so I'm back home now, and I thought it'd be nice to sit down for a bit and to give a little review on what I thought about writing on the Disneyland Railroad, and then I want to read what I wrote to you guys. I'm honestly very surprised at myself because I was able to write over 500 words, and my goal was 500 words, and after I made that goal, I was like, you know, I think that was a little ambitious, and I'm probably going to end up only writing about 300 words or something, but I shocked myself. And to be fair, I did have probably over half an hour or so to write on the train. It's gonna be a tough one to beat if I were to like sit down and rank all the different rides and like what it's like riding on each of them, because the Disneyland Railroad obviously is the longest attraction there in terms of like, well, Rise of the Resistance might be longer with all the like, because the entire queue is like a part of the attraction too. But in terms of just like sitting down and being able to write, I don't think anything's gonna beat the Disneyland Railroad. It was also just nice to be able to take a break during the dark parts of the ride because I obviously couldn't write during that part, but it gave me some time to just like enjoy the ride and to just get to marinate on what I'm gonna write once I get the chance again. And the railroad itself is obviously so iconic and just a beautiful attraction anyway. Like there's so many, you get to see the entire park and that's just so much fun. And there's so much inspiration with the whole dinosaur scenes and seeing different parts of the park. So I think in terms of inspiration, it's also going to score pretty high. It's so hard because this is the first attraction that I've done for this word count challenge, for this writing challenge. So I think I'm going to be scoring these all out of 10, and I think the Disneyland Railroad gets a solid 8 out of 10. Okay. So now I'm going to read you guys what I wrote while I was on the Disneyland Railroad. It was really fun writing this little scene, and it's going to become very obvious, but I did take inspiration from the ride itself. I ended up writing about a girl who is leaving home and she's going on a train to this new destination that she's adventuring to. So I hope you guys like it. I always knew I was going to leave home eventually. What I didn't know was when or how. I had an inkling as to why, though. I swallowed hard as I clutched my duffel bag tightly, keeping an extra firm grasp on the old strap that was fraying and threatening to snap at any particularly rough movement. Even though I promised myself I wouldn't, I felt my head turn toward the platform where my family stood watching me. My parents watched with the same wistfulness in their eyes that they had on the day I started secondary school. Like they couldn't believe their oldest daughter was even mature enough to take a train on her own. I let my eyes linger on my parents' faces, my mother's large, knowing eyes and my father's soft, slightly crooked smile. My breath caught in my throat when I let my eyes stray lower, to where my younger sibling stood, clutching my mother's skirt. One of my little sister's lower lips trembled as her big doe brown eyes focused on me. My little brother looked bored. I saw him tug on my dad's sleeve, likely asking if they could leave and go do something more fun than watch his big sister abandon them. I bit my lip before forcing a smile onto my face, waving at my family through the thick glass of the train car. I tried not to let the grin falter when my mother slapped a hand over her mouth, very clearly stifling a sob. My suspicion was confirmed when I saw Dad put an arm around her slim shoulders, drawing her close into his side. I drew in another breath, more sharply than was comfortable. They're gonna be okay. I felt my lips form the words that I only partially believed. My parents were older now, but they were still mostly physically able, and they had each other. I tried not to think about the fact that my two older brothers moved out of their house, and that I was doing a large chunk of the housework to help Mom. Ava was 10 now, old enough to help them both. That didn't mean that I wasn't going to worry, though. I slowly lowered myself onto the padded leather seat, keeping my eyes locked on my family. The shrill, hollow whistle sounded above me, vibrating my chest and causing my heart to sink. It was time to go. My family clutched onto one another, their arms wound around each other, my mom in the middle. My younger siblings looked up at her with large eyes, looking confused as to why she was crying. Only Dad was looking in my direction, smiling proudly. That look gave me the courage to tear my eyes away from my loved ones as I faced forward. I set my duffel onto my lap, holding it tightly against my chest. I pressed my nose into the soft, worn material. When I shut my eyes, it smelled even more like home, like dust and the floral candles my mom liked to light after dinner to get rid of the lingering smell of stewed meats and onions. There was a lot to miss, but I knew that there was also a lot to... I couldn't finish the sentence. I had to stop halfway through the sentence because technically the train pulled in and that was it and I had to get off. But I ended up writing 544 words, which is 44 more words than I thought I was going to be able to finish on a single attraction. But that was so much fun. It was a really fun experience and I'm excited to do the other rides. And like I said before, I'm not going to be able to do all the rides. I'm not going to be able to do a lot of the dark ones because they're so short and also there's like no light. I'd have to like use a flashlight or something, which would be way too disruptive for the other guests. But I'll be able to do It's a Small World and some of the slower rides, Storybook Land, things like that. There's quite a few rides I can do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and follow along if you want to see me do this again on the other rides. I'm going to be doing quite a few. And I'm so looking forward to it. It's going to be so much fun. So thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next James Journal video.